Good evening, everybody. So two things I want to do in this video. The first is going to be kind of a quick year in review, state of the channel type situation. And then I have an announcement I want to make, which I have been sitting on for quite a while now. If you're only interested in the announcement portion, I will have a timestamp in the description. You can just skip straight to that section of the video. If you're interested in the sort of mini yap that I'm going to do before that, basically just keep doing what you're doing because I'm doing that section first. So our year in review, basically, this is just an excuse for me to say thank you guys so much for the huge amount, the insane amount of support and channel growth, especially over the last little while. But since I came back in general, since around March, some of you guys probably know that I only actually came back to this channel in March of this year, after I was away from it for, at first I thought it was a year, but you know what, now that I'm thinking about it more, it was probably more like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years. I did some stray streams in there, but like regular uploads were probably not a thing for at least a year or more. And basically what happened there, I'm not going to get like too far into it, and I have alluded to this situation before, but basically I was just not in a good mental state for a really long time, mainly because of what can easiest be described as kind of a family breakdown. It's more than that, but that's the easiest way to put it. So when I did get the urge to upload again, and that was around March of this year, I decided that I wanted to do things more casually than I had been doing before and just sort of do what I want when I want sort of deal. And this resulted with me coming back with a getting over it video, which is now privated. We'll talk a little bit about why that is, but basically I used Facecam in that video. When I came back originally, I thought I was going to be using Facecam on the channel going forward. I quickly decided against that, but that's kind of a cool coincidence because that's what you're seeing in the background as the B-roll footage. It isn't completely a coincidence. I for some reason have this thing where playing Getting Over It is a tradition for me between Christmas and New Year, so I figured I'll just use that, why not? I did really well this time too. I think I got like 44 or 48 minutes final time, which for some people is probably ridiculously bad, but for me I think is probably the best I've done. But anyway, yeah, since I decided to do things a lot more casually, I have been having way more fun with content creation than I think I ever did in the past. And that's not to say I wasn't having fun in the past, I'm just having more fun now. And the massive amount of support from you guys tells me that you like the more relaxed direction I'm going. It's been really cool seeing, I mean, as I said before, the channel grow generally, but I'm also starting to see regulars now, which is really, really neat. And actually, before I forget about this, I want to talk about this really quick too. Just last week, I want to pull it up. You'll see it on screen now. I got fan art for the first time ever, and I just thought it was like the coolest thing ever. It was done by Xrick. Xrick is one of the regulars, and if you've watched any of the Star Fox videos, you'll know who he is because he's responsible for like 90% of the talking points that I have in those videos. But literally, I got this fan art, and I swear to God, I almost cried. Because like, I'm just some random dude on the internet. I never thought I would get fan art. It's just not something that had ever crossed my mind. So it kind of came out of left field, but in like a really good way. But again, thank you Xrick for this fan art. It's so cool. It's just so cool, man. But yeah, basically, long story short, it has been a lot of fun doing this, and thank you guys so much for all the support for the channel. Going forward into the new year, I think we're basically going to stay the course because I don't feel like I need to make any major changes or anything, because why would I? We're having a good time, things are working, I don't think anything needs to change. One thing that will be happening though is I'm going to be getting set up for streaming in the very near future. It won't be my ideal setup because, as some of you guys know, again, I've gone on this rant before, I used to be set up in my basement. My recording setup where I'm sitting right now is my bedroom, but I used to have my stuff all in the basement. I can't use my basement anymore because there is radioactive gas down there, and my landlord has decided that that's just not an issue. So setting up for streaming in my room is not ideal because I have to contend more with other people and stuff, but at this point, I'm kind of just tired of waiting, so I'm just gonna do it, and the sound quality is not gonna be the best, and it's not the ideal setup, but at this point, I just want to do it. I'm just gonna do it and deal with the fallout later. So that is something that is coming up. When I do start streaming, it's likely gonna be multi-streamed between here and Twitch, but that's kind of more specific stuff that I will communicate with you guys closer to the time that we're actually gonna start. So yeah, going into 2025, there's not gonna be many major changes, except for one thing. As I've said, I don't really want to show my face on the internet anymore. I was kind of talking about that with the Getting Over It video that I originally put up way back in March. It isn't so much that I'm worried about doxing necessarily, although I do worry about that. It's more just that I want to keep my online life and my real life as two separate things. But doing things that way sort of limits how I can interact with you guys. Like for this video, for example, I'm just kind of a voice with stuff going on in the video. They're not really related. There's no bridge, right? I'm just a voice in the void, and there's no visual for me. So to remedy that, and I am so fucking nervous about this, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it anyway. Basically, I've set the wheels 100% in motion at this point, and I'm kind of ready. I'm nervous, but I'm kind of ready to tell you guys that in the non-specific but foreseeable future, I'm gonna be a VTuber. I present to you, I guess, me, which is really weird to say, but yeah. This is my design. This is basically me from here on. And if you go back on my Twitter, and especially if you like look in the replies and stuff, this is probably the worst kept secret I have ever tried to do in my life, but whatever, it is what it is. To be totally clear, this changes nothing about the channel for the near future because I literally only have this design work done. The model, I am in the queue with an artist to have that done, but this is all I have done right now. So I guess maybe my profile picture will change, but that's about it for now. On that topic, this design that you're seeing was drawn by Ari Rin, who is absolutely 100% one of the most talented people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting. I swear to God, I wrote out like a 10-page Google Doc, vaguely describing how I wanted this model to look. And she took that Google Doc and cooked this design up. It is incredible the work she does. And I guess while we're talking about artist credits, I don't have anything to show yet, but the model is being done by Luniris, who is incredible. I love her style. I really think she's going to do this design justice. If you want to check out either of them, their links are going to be in the description. They're both so talented and have been so fantastic to work with. They are honestly some of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. So I'll talk about the design in more specifics when I actually debut the model, which, geez, am I going to do a debut? What am I doing? I've literally not planned any of this. Whatever form that takes, when I first start using the model, I will talk more about the design. Right now, I just wanted to show you guys that this is sort of the direction I'm going. And as you can probably tell from my over-explaining, I am like really excited about all of this, like really, really excited. I know this won't appeal to everybody, and that's totally okay, but I feel like VTubing will allow me to sort of find my voice in a way that's a lot more comfortable for me, if that makes sense. That probably isn't explaining it well. Basically, I feel like having my own face out there is too much pressure on me. Whereas if I have sort of an intermediary, it'll make things a lot more comfortable for me, and I feel like it'll help me find my voice a lot easier. As with everything channel related, as things move along for this, I will keep you guys informed. I'll post it on the community tab and also on my Twitter if you're not following me there. Go ahead if you want to. I mean, I normally just shitpost, but I mean, whatever. But yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to say. Thank you guys so much again for all the support over the last year. I'm really looking forward to everything that's coming up, and I hope you guys are too. I will see you guys in, I guess, 2025 with whatever I'm doing next. See ya.